Welcome back to Battle for Arcos. With the recent conflict between House Goliath and the Enforcers, the engagement proved to be more of a show of strength. Neither side had sustainable injuries and fighters were able to recover. Both sides exhausted resources in the fight. House Goliath now turns to face a familiar foe, as both are searching a sector for weapon and ammo caches to gain the upper hand. Episode 6 is here.
They're back, eh? One good walloping deserves another, I reckon. We can't leave here without those supplies.
Mail. Reports of Goliath scum in the area.
Continue your search. We must have the means to fight. I will make sure Goliath's death is punished.
With deployment complete, a weapon cache has been hidden in each quarter of the board. The attacking corpse grinders will be attempting to destroy the caches, while the defending Goliath gang will be attempting to defend and get them off the board. The corpse grinders will start with 10 activations on the board, while the Goliath gang will only have 5. They will have reinforcements coming in at the end of the second round and each round thereafter. The ever-important priority roll for turn 1 is going out now, with House Goliath up first. Bone Crusher will activate first, moving to the door and using his second action to open it. Killsaw activates next for the grinders, moving up 5 inches and then targets Krull with his auto pistol. It is out of range, so we will ammo check. Krull then activates next, aims, and returns fire. However, he misses. Festermite activates next for the grinders, and he moves up with a double move to the door. Blaster then activates for House Goliath, and he will do a double move inside of the doorway just opened by Bone Crusher. Jaxera is the last initiate to activate for the cultist. He will move up with 1 action and then open up the door to the main hallway. Scuzz activates next for Goliath, and he's brought a grenade launcher to the fight. He is going to fire that down the hallway, needing 4s. He's hoping it misses and scatters. It does indeed miss, but we have to ammo check, which is rolled out. That ammo check fails, so the grenade launcher will be out of ammo. The shot is a dud, and the turn did not go as planned for Scuzz and House Goliath. Orakai then moves up with a double move. Sprague activates next and will cautiously move down the alleyway. The Corpse Grinders will finish up their activations with Raziel and Corlock making double moves, 1 up to the alleyway and 1 up to the door. On the other side of the board, Nefarian makes a move up behind Killsaw, keeping out of line of sight. And then Bale will move up to take cover, and Mephisto will move further down the main hallway and be ready to engage for the second turn. With the turn concluded, the Corpse Grinders kind of doing what they do, moving up the board with their double moves, waiting for someone to open a door on the next turn and then charging through. House Goliath, on the other hand, got a bit unfortunate with their shooting. They did have a grenade launcher that failed an ammo check. The Goliath gang are going to try to keep the Corpse Grinders at range for as long as they can, knowing what these guys do in close combat. We'll have to see how turn 2 shakes out with the searches that are going to happen. Priority rolls are coming out now, with House Goliath up first. Krull will activate first for Goliath with his stub cannon, needing 4s, and gets a hit. The target goes down pinned. It is a wound. A save roll is made, which fails, and an injury dice is rolled out. It is going to be a flesh wound against Killsaw. Orakai for the Corpse Grinders will then reposition out of firing range. Scuzz reloads his grenade launcher and fires at a crack grenade but misses. Raziel then uses this opportunity to open the door and use his last action to move up into the alley. Bone Crusher then repositions with a move to get ready to potentially search next turn. Nefarian then does a double move around the corner and positions himself for a potential charge on the next turn. Sprague then moves back, waiting for a target to present itself. Using cover, Raziel activates next and moves up and around to look down the alleyway. Next activation's all for the cultist. Mephisto will activate, move to the door, use his second action to open that up. And then we will see Killsaw get back to his feet and move over, preparing to search on the next turn. Jexera then uses a double move into the alley to overlook the middle. With turn 2 concluded, the Corpse Grinders continue to push further up the board. A wound was dealt out to Killsaw, but he was able to stand back up, only being pinned. The Corpse Grinders are well positioned to attack any point on the board. In searching for weapon caches, Blaster for House Goliath did not find anything. Festermite for the Corpse Grinders did not find anything either. However, Bale was able to turn up a weapon cache. We'll have to see what the Corpse Grinders decide to do with it. This turn will allow reinforcements to come in for House Goliath as Diesel makes an appearance on the edge of the board. Priority rolls are going out now for turn 3 with House Goliath up first. In an attempt to pin these close fighters, Bone Crusher will activate in tandem with Blaster, just needing 2s on his plasma pistol, and he misses. He'll then have to roll out an ammo check, which he does pass. Next up, Blaster will activate. He is going to do a move, get a shot around this corner with his rivet cannon, and he also misses, so no pins, no hits. Festermite will then aim and fire at Diesel with his auto pistol, and he misses. Scuzz activates next with his crack grenade and also misses. Nefarian then announces a direct charge into Bone Crusher. It's a charge that he can't fail. He swings 3 times and misses all of them. Reaction attacks will come across for Bone Crusher. He fires his plasma pistol as well as his power hammer, and he is going to get 2 hits. We're going to roll out wound rolls, needing 3s, and we will get 1 wound that will be with the plasma pistol. A save roll is failed, and injury dice will be rolled out, which is a serious injury. So a charge that could have potentially taken out the Goliath leader has ended in disaster for the Corpse Grinders. Diesel activates next and passes a cool check to target the longer distance fighter. The cover cancels out the aim and the shot misses. Corlock announces a charge at Scuzz and he gets maximum distance. He will be at -1 to hit coming over the obstacle. The Chain Cleaver will be in red, regular Butcher's Cleaver in black. He is going to score a hit with each. The Butcher's Cleaver will do a wound. Save roll is rolled out and failed, an injury dice rolls out, and it is a serious injury, and Scuzz will be coup de grace by Corlock. Well, someone recently told me that pinning is winning, so Sprague will activate next. He will move up and target Raziel with his shotgun. Using the template, it will automatically hit, which will pin him. I start with an ammo check and everything is fine. Off camera, I roll up D6 hits. It is only 1, so we roll that up and it is going to be a wound. The save roll is made, only needing a 2, however, and is good. Next up, Bale will attempt to destroy the weapon cache. All he has to do is pass an intelligence check, getting +1 for nearby fighters, and he passes. With a victory point for the Corpse Grinders, Krull will round the corner and point his stub cannon at Corlock. He needs 5s to hit with cover, and he gets a hit. This will make him pinned. The roll to wound, however, fails. In final moves for the Corpse Grinders, Mephisto will double move over to get line of sight to Blaster. Killsaw will activate next, and he will do a double move to get line of sight to Diesel. And then lastly, Raziel will stand up and he will move to try to get away from Sprague over in the corner. and he will actually be repositioned from this final point that he was put at. At the end of the turn, the Goliath gang easily pass a bottle test to remain on the field. Festermite and Urukai for the Corpse Grinders do a search in their respective quadrants, and they both come up empty-handed, so no weapon or ammo caches found this particular turn. House Goliath will be bringing in an additional reinforcement for the next turn. Axel will be joining the fight. At this point in the game, it really feels like that it can still go either way. While the Corpse Grinders have got up close, they're starting to get pinned by the Goliath gang, and the Goliath gang are starting to bring in more people at different points on the board. So we'll have to see what happens. Priority rolls are going out for turn 4. I would like to add, before we get the next turn started, that an injury dice was rolled out for Nefarian, and that is on the screen now. He is staying down with a serious injury. With priority going over to the Corpse Grinders, Mephisto will announce a charge into Blaster. He does wield a Heavy Chain Cleaver and a Butcher's Cleaver. The Heavy Chain Cleaver will be in red, and he will get a hit. That turns into a wound. It cuts right through the armor with the AP and does 2 damage, so an injury dice is rolled out, and Blaster goes down and will be taken out of action by Mephisto. Nearby Bone Crusher takes a cool check and rolls Snake Eyes, so he fails and will be running 2d6 and lose his ready marker when he was ready to take out Nefarian. Diesel steps up to avoid shooting over cover, targeting Festermite. He rolls to hit with his pistol, and he gets a hit. That converts into a wound. Festermite will roll out an armor save and fail, so he will have to roll out an injury dice, and it will be a flesh wound. He will go down pinned. Killsaw will then move to take a shot at Axel. He needs 4s to hit, and he will miss. Axel will then return fire using an aim. He needs 3s, and he will also miss. Raziel will activate next, and he will move so he can still search in the quarter that he was in before he moved. Sprague, hot on his tail, moves around the corner, targets him with his shotgun, rolls out, and misses. With a successful ammo check rolling out, Bale will be next to activate for the Corpse Grinders, and he is going to apply pressure to Axel, moving up very close, just on the other side of this piping. Sprague wants to shoot at Mephisto, uses an aim, but fails the willpower check, so no shots. Festermite climbs to his feet after being hit by Diesel and fires back with his auto pistol, but he misses. Finishing out moves for the Corpse Grinders, Corlock will get back to his feet and he will move, so he may search in an area potentially on the next turn if the Corpse Grinders need it. And with the end of the turn, it felt like a massive momentum swing to the Corpse Grinders after Mephisto's charge on Blaster. With his ability with the Heavy Chain Cleaver to take Blaster out on the charge, but more so to make Bone Crusher fail the cool check and run. Bone Crusher was unable to take out Nefarian, so major swing in momentum. The Corpse Grinders have now pushed all corners of the board so they could make charge ranges, and they're really forcing the Goliath gang to make decisions. As we look to wrap up, the Iron Skulls pass a bottle test. An injury dice is rolled out for Nefarian, which he stays down with a serious injury. We'll be going to turn 5 with House Goliath up first. Bone Crusher will activate first for Goliath. He will move and then target Corlock with his plasma pistol. He fires out and gets a hit. That will turn into a wound. Armor save required from Corlock is passed, so he goes down pinned. Bale can't charge due to line of sight, but his weapon is versatile, so he can attack at melee from a distance. He throws out some hits. Those turn into wounds. No armor save required. It cuts right through the armor. Injury dice rolled out for Axel. He goes down. Sprague then moves up, and he will catch Urukai and Raziel under the template of his shotgun. He will roll up d6 hits and get 3. No wounds, however. Both go down pinned. Festermite then aims at Diesel with his auto pistol, getting 3 hits, rolls those up and doesn't get any wounds, but Diesel will go down pinned. Next up, Crawl will target Mephisto, needing to pass a big willpower check, and he actually does it. He unloads and he gets a hit. He fails to wound, but Mephisto does go down pinned. Killsaw then moves up and targets Diesel prone on the ground, attempts to fire at him and misses. Diesel gets to his feet. He's going to target Festermite. He shoots out and gets a hit. That turns into a wound. Festermite is forced to take an armor save, which he fails. Injury dice will be rolled out. It is a flesh wound. He will go back down pinned with 2 flesh wounds. Finishing moves all belong to the Corpse Grinders. Raziel will get up and move behind some cover. Orkai will activate next. He will actually abandon the stash because you need a double action to destroy it. He will move behind some cover. Next up, Mephisto will activate, and he is going to apply pressure on Crawl. And then finally, Corlock will stand up, and he is going to move into a search position potentially for next turn. As we look to wrap up turn 5, we can definitely feel that the Iron Skulls of House Goliath are now on the back foot. This turn didn't quite go as planned. They did get a lot of pins, but unfortunately they're unable to get inside 6 inches from the board edge to search for the caches. And the Corpse Grinders are pretty spread out in all corners of the board, so making it very difficult for them to succeed in this mission. A bottle test will be taken by the Iron Skulls and they will fail, so they will be testing. Nefarian also stays down with a serious injury. Priority rolls going out for turn 6, with the tie going to the Corpse Grinder cult. Mephisto will announce a charge into Kroll. I assume that Heavy Chain Cleaver in red will make short work of him. He will get some hits. You roll out and they will get a wound apiece. The Heavy Chain Cleaver will cut right through the armor. There will be an armor save made on the regular Butcher's Cleaver. Injury dice will be rolled out, and Kroll is going to be taken down by Mephisto. Diesel then announces a charge at Festermite. He rolls up, but he's going to wind up an inch short. So that charge does not go through. Festermite will use this opportunity to stand up and pass a cool check to target Sprague, which is a longer target. He will roll out the hits, and he will get a hit. A hit turns into a wound, an armor save will be failed, and an injury dice will have to be rolled out for Sprague, and what you know it, he is going to be taken out of action. Bone Crusher activates next. He turns the corner and targets Corlock. He fires out, getting a hit. That hit will turn into a wound. An armor save by Corlock is failed, and an injury dice is rolled out. He is going to take a flesh wound. It is a 2 damage weapon, which I forgot, so I'm going to roll out another injury dice, and he will go out of action. In final moves for the Corpse Grinders, Killsaw will come up and take shots at Diesel. He will miss with his auto pistol, however. And then we're going to see Bale make a double move around the corner, closing the gap onto Diesel. Raziel will activate next, and he is going to move up the board, taking a position where he could potentially search on the next turn. And then we're going to see Orkai, who is going to move back up next to the weapon cache, prepared to destroy it on the next turn. With turn 6 in the books, it was another great turn for the Corpse Grinder cult. Festermite took out Sprague, which is going to be a huge momentum swing, as Sprague had the intention to contest that stash in the middle. With all that's been done, the Corpse Grinders are only up 1-0 due to just finding and destroying one stash. There is another on the board right now. For injury rolls, Nefarian will roll back over with a flesh wound. Priority rolls are going out now for turn 7. Corpse Grinders are up. Festermite will charge Diesel, swinging with his boning sword and firing his auto pistol. He does get a hit with the auto pistol. An ammo check rolls out and is okay. He does fail to wound, however. Diesel will fight back with some attacks of his own. He will get a hit with his pistol and also fail to wound. We're going to stay right here as Diesel will attack back, activating next. He will swing with his axe as well as his stub pistol. He will get a hit with the pistol. Only needing 2s to wound due to Festermite's reduced toughness, he will easily get a wound here, and then Festermite is going to roll out an armor save and fail. An injury dice will be rolled out, and Festermite will be taken out of action. Killsaw then targets Diesel with an aim. He fires his auto pistol. He is going to get 2 hits with rapid fire. We roll those out, and he is going to get 1 wound. Diesel will fail his armor save. An injury die will be rolled out, and he will go down with a serious injury, so another crushing blow for Goliath. Bonecrusher's up next. He moves and targets Nefarian, firing his plasma pistol and getting a hit. That hit will turn into a wound, and armor save will be failed, and a flesh wound is rolled out for Nefarian. His status will remain unchanged. The Corpse Grinders will be making some final moves here, as Bonecrusher is effectively going to get surrounded by Nefarian, Mephisto, and Raziel. Things do not look good for him right now. Diesel is down with a serious injury. You're going to see Baal moving up closer to him. The weapon cache will be destroyed by Urukai, so that will give another victory point over to the Corpse Grinders, and they will effectively take a 2-0 lead, putting this game pretty much out of reach. A bit of a difficult game for House Goliath. They started out outnumbered, and the Corpse Grinders, due to the small map, were able to close gaps very quickly. I'm finding as I play Goliath more, while they are very tough and very good overall, they are very slow. So again, the Corpse Grinders are going to take a 2-0 victory here, and there will be more to come. I hope to invest a little bit and get some bigger map sizes. I think that would also help as well, but we'll have to see about that in the future.
We're just starting to have fun, aren't we? Who's next?
Kill him.
This sector is officially on lockdown. Open fire, boys. There will be more to come, so I would like to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.